Yo, how's it guys? Yo, it's been a long time, hey. I'm sure you guys have been wondering where we were, hey?
Where we were?
You know where we were? Argentina, he said, you know what? If Argentina get knocked out, he's gonna shave.
And look today,
Look what he
clean
look what
like
he
a
is.
baby.
Yeah. And also, you know what? I made a promise that if Ronaldo goes out, I was gonna cut my hair. But ish, you know what? Hey, they're cold outside. Hey, I cannot afford to do that. Hey? It's very cold outside. Anyway, guys, let's just sit down and for our episode. Yo, we've got so much to talk about. Hey.
It's going down.
Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Guys, first of all, no, before we start, I just want to give a shout out to our fan, all the way, Peter Maritzburg, all the way to Memela. She's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for the support that you're giving us. You never miss a show. She never misses a show. Right? She's always.
We want to meet this girl, eh?
Yeah, we have to meet. She's always watching. Thank you so much, Owe, too. We love you. Hey, yeah. Moving on.
What
Crazy.
are we going to talk about? Because there's so much going on.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the big shocks. Germany, Spain, Argentina, Portugal.
Big
All of
ones.
them.
All of them.
They're gone home. We're going to take a shower, an early shower. Yeah. In this cold, with cold water. Yes. Yeah. So, what do you think? What went wrong with Argentina?
You know, I think from the beginning there
Yeah.
are problems. As you know, the Messi situation, the San Paolo situation, the fracture inside the changing room.
Correct.
Obviously, players not getting along. I think was missing a lot of creativity that usually Argentina has quality player with creativity, but they were very predictable, and obviously Messi was not the Messi that we know from Barcelona.
Yes.
Obviously we say he can't do everything on its own, but there's always that expectation, especially from supporters, media, and teammates, especially teammates, where they think that this magician in one episode can change the game, and you saw during the World Cup, organization, tactical discipline, and obviously the fact that someone wants to win. They have been the key elements of the underdogs that they kick out these big teams, and they need to regenerate the team. Dybala in, I'll tell it straight. You know, Mascherano out. And new coach, new mentality, someone with more personality and more charisma to run Argentina national team. Is one of the most difficult team to run because there's so much politics in between, and you still have obviously the shadow of Maradona that still had a big influence in the Argentina squad.
Speaking of Maradona, hey,
Went
wild, eh?
It went.
I had to go to the hospital after that. He was admitted after that. Eh?
And have you seen after the second game?
Yeah.
He wears sunglasses all the time. Those eyes they were wide open.
Yeah. Hey guys, you know what? Speaking of Argentina, I just want to ask you something, and I just want to ask our viewers at home. What do you guys think? I mean, how can you leave a player like Higuain, Dybala, Mario Icardi, of which he was not even included in the squad? How can you leave such people on the bench and at home as well? Does it make sense though?
For me, doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
For the public, does not make sense.
Yeah.
For San Paolo, it made a lot of sense.
Shocking stuff. Eh?
We're going back to the supremacy and the influence that players like Messi and Ronaldo have in the national team.
Yeah.
And that's, in this situation, came back to them not in a positive way.
Yeah. Well, it made sense to San Paulo. Eh? Maybe it's actually making more sense now. Now that he's chilling at home and he's watching from the TV. Hey, yeah, all gone. The dream is gone. For Ronaldo, what do you think?
Ronaldo, he completely didn't put the same CR7 power in the last game as he did all the time. He was frustrated. And as I said to you, remember the other day, I have this feeling that his teammates are scared to take final decision and going for shooting because the guy is always complaining. If you don't pass the ball to him, or the cross is too short, or the passage is too long or too short, he's always complaining. And I think he created like a psychological issues, barrier between him and the other players, where a player like Jean-Mario would prefer to have a safe pass than we know Jean-Mario. Jean-Mario can have fantastic and extraordinary talent, you know, and can change the dynamics. But they're all playing safe and hoping that Ronaldo is gonna finalize on all the opportunity. But modern soccer doesn't work like this anymore.
Yeah. So basically, for Argentina and for Portugal, it was the same story.
Same story.
It's a problem. There's a problem. There's something just doesn't click in the teams.
You see, I think for example, another story. Brazil has a star like Neymar. Yeah. But yes, he's surrounded by other stars. Yeah. But I think the coach is doing a very good job on control and manage Neymar ego and the mediatic publicity around him. Yes. And, you know, and Brazil is still in.
Yeah. And you know, Fernando Santos was complaining that Quaresma and Ronaldo didn't create him at training.
Absolutely.
And that he was like, no, Ronaldo didn't create Portugal. Portugal was there when Ronaldo was not born.
Yes.
So you see, it's those type of things, you know, the togetherness. There are those cracks, you know. Sure, moving right along.
Yeah, let's speak about Germany, because I think it's a bit more complex. The situation there. What do you think?
You know, to be quite honest, I have no idea what happened to Germany, and this is quite shocking, because this thing has been happening over and over again. 2010 we saw, 2014 we saw the champions that were 2020, the champions that were 2000, the people that were champions in 2006, they were knocked out in 2010. So it's like a trend now. It happened. Yeah. And Germany just seemed to start it. I don't know what happened. And you know, people were asking questions. Do you think Leroy Sané was supposed to be in the team? Do you think it would have made a difference?
I would like to know your opinion, because I don't believe one player can change the entire dynamics. But what do you think?
Only Ronaldo and Messi can change the whole dynamic. You know, for me, no, I don't think Sané has much of an influence. The whole German team looked out of sort. First of all, Joachim Löw got it wrong by bringing straight Manuel Neuer. We know how big a player Manuel Neuer is.
He's a huge player.
It's exactly what happened in the 2014 World Cup. What happened was Ronaldo was injured. He had a knee injury. This guy, Fernando Santos, decided to play him in the game against Germany. They got whacked. I think it was 4-0. They even got a red card in the match. So, like, you can't play an unfit player at such a big stage, no matter how fantastic the player is, because it's always going to come back. It can work for you and it can work against you. Yeah. So for Germany, Joachim Löw got a lot of decisions wrong there, and I felt that they needed Rudiger in a game against in the second game after they lost against Mexico. They were very compact. They were very powerful at the back, you know, with Rudiger. And he decided to change his team. Okay.
I think they have to make few changes on the defense, because you have a player like Boateng, very solid. We know that he's not the fastest, but tactically, technically, it's a top player. You need someone faster and powerful like Rudiger, because Hamel, to be honest with you, he doesn't have the brilliance that he used to have before.
He's good on the ball, Hamels, but the pace, it gets exposed a lot.
Big time.
All these teams, like there's a problem in Germany, like the counter-attacks, they get exposed. And Joachim Löw said there needs to be a change in the German team. I don't know what he meant when he said that, because the man is in charge of the team. He's the one that makes changes, and he's more involved in the national team than any other manager in the world. So guys, you know, it was shocking for me, the Germany. I don't know, you can tell us your views as well at home. What do you think? And also, moving right along, Spain, shocking.
Another shocking.
Another shocker.
Another disaster.
Another shocker.
Obviously, you know, changing the coach a few days before the World Cup, it's a massive change, because the coach brought the team to the World Cup. He had an understanding of the players, how Spain is supposed to play, even though you have top players that they know how to do their job.
Correct.
But I feel like was overexposing for Fernando Hierro, and also might be a big fall down for him for his coaching career, because it's not gonna get easy for him to get the job.
Correct. Guys, I just want to ask you at home as well. I mean, what do you think of this tiki-taka football? You know, Spain, since Vincent Del Bosque left, like their dominant spell, and then Del Bosque left because he was embarrassed in the 2014 World Cup by Netherlands, and then he left his post because now they're starting to get exposed. I mean, Spain knocked the ball left to the right with no movement, with no success, with no creativity. And teams are starting to read that, and it's working against them. So it's the same with Germany. Yeah. The play is very slow, and people they can read. The coaches now become smarter and smarter, and they can just read the Spanish game. They failed to break Russia, and they had to go home, because they were just not good enough. And do you think that Spain should come back with the same mentality? This tiki-taka only have one plan, no plan B. It has to have more intensity, like Pep Guardiola. If the Pep Guardiola tiki-taka at Man City, it has more intensity now, because he saw that, it has changed a lot, because without intensity, it's actually useless.
I mean, this football is in continuous evolution, and
correct.
Possession do not necessarily give you the results and the winning.
Yeah, that's correct.
You need to mix it with the quick counter-attack and play more direct football. And it's why Mexico, for example, arrived at the stage they arrived. And why Iran or teams like Tunisia, they were so difficult to beat, because at this level, tactically, any national team now understood the basic. And individuality doesn't count like before, especially in the national teams, where it's very difficult to find half an episode that changed the game. Japan game teach a lesson to us. Correct. They had the drop of concentration, and they lost.
They lost. It's just like that. That's how cruel this game is. What do you say about Japan fans? I mean, after losing a match and you're staying back and you're cleaning up. Fantastic.
The football players cleaning the changing room as well, and leaving a message, spasiba, say thank you, Russia.
Wow, that was
culture number one.
Beautiful moment in the World Cup for me. Guys, as you know, we always leave you with the motivation. We never leave you empty-handed. And speaking of motivation, this week we're talking about Cavani. Hey,
Cavani, you like to do these surprises.
Cavani. Just give them a little bit. We've had McDonald's delivery boys. We've had those people that car washers, graphic designers, dancers in this tournament. Now we have Edison Cavani. Football is changing. Yeah? You can't be a footballer and still be something else as well. Like, it can change your life. Yeah?
Absolutely.
It can change your life.
Again, to all our listeners, struggles make you stronger.
Yes.
And any motivational story that we have, all of these players, they come from struggles. And with regards to Cavani that you mentioned, he come from a very strong family with regards to values, and he was very close to his father, but they were coming from a very poor background, even though all Cavani's brothers play football as well, or they play football. And I remember when he was 9, he used to go to this beautiful lake 30 minutes from his home with his father. And all the richest people in Uruguay use the lake with the boats. They have beautiful houses, beautiful trucks. And they were just going there for fishing. And one day, because the father owns a very old third-hand truck, and he said to the father, look, Dad, one day you're going to have a big boat and a big truck. I will change the life of our family. And the father even crying when he told the story, he was saying, now I have the biggest truck and the biggest boat in Uruguay. So when dreams come true, don't forget about your family, and don't forget about the people that they were there when you were nothing. That's the most important lesson.
Yeah, correct, guys. You heard it yourself, Never, ever, ever give up.
Exactly.
You know what? It's been awesome. It's been great. I'm enjoying this World Cup. This is the World Cup for underdogs. We want you at home also to please comment though, and tell us the predictions. And tell us also who's going to win the World Cup. At this moment in time, I want to be honest with you. I don't know who's going to win the World Cup. It's that tough.
I know.
You know what? The white Sangoma always say he knows, and then when the results come, negative. We'll
So
see.
let me keep it for myself till the final.
We'll see. Guys, thank you so much. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like, share, and please visit our website, guys, augustussm.com, for the latest news and everything that you want to know about your club. You know, the transfer is going on as well.
On fire.
Big moves. You'll see after the World Cup, it's going to be crazy as well. Thank you so much for your support. We love you at home, guys. We always do, eh? What do you have there?
Hey, let's say goodbye in Spanish. I'm a big supporter of Colombia.
Yeah.
So I want to say to all the supporters, adios.
Yes, guys.
Tenemos las victorias.
Yes.
Siempre.
Yes, guys. You had that, eh? I don't know what it means, but hey, I'm sure you understand at home. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Shop, shop.